Welcome to another episode of the Online Prosperity Experience podcast. You're about to hear your host, Prosper Taravinga's powerful digital marketing strategies and actionable tactics that you can use right now. Prosper has helped more than 50,000 people from over 10 countries to create meaningful businesses that are profitable and enjoyable. Listen to this podcast so that you too can build your own business with less stress and overwhelm. Let's get started.
Ten secrets to growing your business quickly. Of course, there's no surefire way formula for you to be an overnight success or for you to get instant success. But if you listen to 10 of these formulas that I'm giving out, you'll be able to boost your business growth and, create a business that's actually profitable and enjoyable. I remember reading once somewhere, and I've got this stuck, in my office, and I look at this every single day. And it says that a business is a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. And I've been working hard to make sure that I'm actually achieving these things in order for me to call myself an entrepreneur or a business person. I mean, obviously, yes, you can start your business, you can launch your business, create a Facebook page, have a few people show up at your launch day, grand opening. Exactly, but that's not a business. It's when you can actually become profitable. You are actually able to pay yourself, and you're actually having an enterprise that actually works without you. That in and of itself makes sure that you're competitive in the marketplace. You've got longevity, and you can withstand any downturns or any economic upheavals that might come along the way. Okay, so you might be thinking to yourself, then how do I actually grow my business and start competing with the bigger players? Because if you're a bigger business, you can absorb a lot of the problems that teething companies have. And I know you've heard the statistic that not a lot of businesses go past the 3-year mark. And that's the reason why I've pledged, to help small to medium businesses and coaches and consultants go from that 3-year mark to start earning close to $2 million within 2 years. And we use a widely controversial system that breaks every single rule in the marketing playbook. And I'm going to be giving you some of those secrets in order for you to grow your business quickly. All right. So I want you to be certain that you don't need to sacrifice your income to do what you love. You literally can have both. I want to walk you through my simple step-by-step plan to show you exactly how easy all of this can be. And I can understand the biggest problem that you might have right now as a coach, consultant, or small business owner. I mean, as an entrepreneur, marketing is just one aspect of running a successful business. You go from hiring and managing new staff, you balancing the books and driving growth and a whole lot more. And it all feels like it's a constant balancing act where you're pulled in multiple different directions all at once. And at the end of the day, your real goal is just to help your clients. You want to spend as much time as possible changing people's lives and solving people's problems. You don't want to waste countless hours each day trying to navigate the complex world of online marketing or even running the business in and of itself. And you certainly don't want to spend yet another minute maybe on the phone having to beg people to hire your services or looking and keep on refreshing your inbox just to see if somebody has responded to your cold emails. Fortunately, you don't have to. I don't, but I still have a long list of clients that want to work with me. And it's not because I'm a genius. It's not because I'm a master of persuasion or anything. It's because I follow a simple system that works. So if you want to know what that is, strap yourself in. Because in this podcast, like I have already put out a disclaimer that there's no surefire formula for instant success, but you can boost your business growth with the tips that I'm going to be giving you in this podcast today. And if you can't wait, why don't you just jump onto our website, and book a consultation with me where we can look at where you are right now and then design a map for you to create a business that is a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. You want to go on to www.livelongdigital.com.au/OPB. OPB standing for Online Prosperity Blueprint. Okay, so when you first launch your business, your main goal is to maybe establish your brand and then just start growing. But unfortunately, it just doesn't happen overnight. I mean, you're cold calling potential clients, you've identified your market, you're trying to clarify your message. All of that takes time for you to actually get it right. So there is no overnight success, but growth is an ongoing process and it requires hard work, patience, and dedication. And you're probably thinking, why do I want to work extra hard? I did not leave my 9 to 5 so that I can work 95 hours in order to make $2. Let me tell you something. There's no special step or secret way to surpass other businesses in the industries to achieve immediate success. You know how many people come to us saying, "Oh, I've seen what our competitors are doing on social media or with their SEO. I want you to help us beat them." And I'm like, you know why that is happening? Is because they have understood their processes, they've identified their target market. All they're doing is they're beating on their craft every single day, showing up to the people that they're going to be demanding money off of. And a lot of people don't want to hear of hard work. I know there's a statement that says a lot of people avoid hard work just because anything that is hard work, nobody wants to engage into it. People want to do things that are cheaper, better, faster. And I'm here to tell you that there is no overnight success. You've heard this before. I'm not the first person to say it. But however, I'm not the messenger of doom. There are proven ways that you can actually reach your growth milestones that you can help you catapult your business to success. The people that we normally talk to, we ask them a few questions, where they've been and what it is that they've been doing. So I'm here to just share some of the tips that they tell us and some of the things that I have experienced while I was trying to grow my business from zero to where we are now, where we've served over 450 clients, and that list keeps growing over and over and over again. Okay, the first thing that you want to do is duplicate yourself. All right. What do I mean by duplicate yourself? When you're duplicating yourself, is you're hiring the right people to help you work throughout the business. And before you actually start thinking, oh, I can't handle people, I can't afford to hire people, just hear me out, okay? And before you even think about your own company's growth, the growth trajectory of your company, you need to have a solid staff to help you achieve your goals. All right. So when you hire the absolute best people in whatever they do, you no longer put out mediocrity out there. All right. If you've got the best person who can manage your finances, the best person who can do your website, the best person who can write copy, all you now do is make sure that you are driving that engine and they are consistent in the work that they're doing. So when you hire the absolute best people, this is a surefire way for you to ensure fast growth, because you can't climb the ladder of success with your hands full. Okay. It's all about having the right team. If you've got the best team working behind you, you can have all the ideas and then they do the implementation, because you can't have the ideas, then the implementation. And if you're a service provider, provide a service to your clients all in the one hit, you will burn out, my friend. So with a few hardworking, you don't even need to hire these people outright, okay? You just need to have people that are accountable to the jobs within your business. They could be freelancers, or this could be VAs that you can just hire per project basis. And there's so many places that you can get these people. And that then puts you in a position to have a business that actually works without you. A lot of people, their business is set up in such a way that only they are the people that can, put the lights on or make the till ring, so to speak. And if they walk away from their business for 2 to 3 months, they don't have anything to walk back to. They have to start all over again. And since we've just been through the pandemic, or whatever economic downturns that we've experienced lately, you can imagine that if we had been in a lockdown and you haven't created a business that cannot be erased off of the internet, then some people didn't have anything to walk back to. Okay, so with a hardworking team that is dedicated to your company's success or to your business success, your business will be better equipped for continued growth. And in addition, you start delegating tasks, and you now focus on important work that will actually free up your time and energy and allowing you to perform at your absolute best and actually cultivate a collaborative, sort of working culture. Because if people are working towards, a progressive goal, then they will put in their best foot forward. So I've got a team of 16 that we work with, and each and every one of them, is dedicated to the output that they're putting out there, because I have assured them that we're creating history. What we're doing has never been done before, and they are happy to be part of that project. So find ways that you can motivate your team so that you've got, a really big, out of this world goal for them to work towards, and you can be rest assured that people will pull their weight in order for you to have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And once you've done that, obviously you've got people that you are employing. You're going to need consistent streams of revenue. All right. So at the end of the day, you might have products that you're selling, you might have services that you're providing, and you might have systems or processes that you are selling. You need to create diverse recurring revenue streams that will skyrocket your profitability. Remember, you now have people that are working for you. These people are going to be expecting some sort of remuneration for what they're putting out there. So in order for you to stay profitable, you need to have systems and processes that bring money to your business without you having to wake up in order for that to happen. This would then ensure that your business remains 100% bulletproof, even during downturns or, any market ups and downs, or any global pandemics or any lockdowns that might come through. Okay, so you want to focus on established revenue sources in order for you to stay afloat, rather than trying to maybe acquire new clients. You want to direct your attention to the core customers that you already have. Okay, because it costs 5 times more to get new customers than you to sell to people that already know, like, and trust you. So basically what you want to do is make sure that you have more of wallet share within the people that are already spending money with you, instead of you paying money to acquire new customers. All right, so you can do this by implementing maybe a referral system or customer loyalty program. You can check out some of our previous episodes where we're talking about customer retention and and trying out some marketing strategies based on the previous purchasing behaviors that encourage repeat business. Okay, when people start buying from you over and over and over again, that creates established revenue sources, because these people already know, like, and trust you. So at the end of the day, you are not paying money to be in front of these people. You already have them within your your CRM or customer management systems. So this focus on your established market is really important, and especially important if you're trying to maybe really grow your business, or to show people that might want to be a part of your establishment that you have some sort of recurring revenue streams. Okay, in the past, I know we would highlight our business goals to become maybe a franchise, which basically is what maybe banks would look at when they want to fund you, just to see what your plans are. But you need to emphasize that there is a large market that you're already servicing. There's people that already, there's a proven market that already is buying the things that you do. And for you to get some sort of funding or buy-in on what you're doing, you really need to show people that you have a viable product and you've got viable revenue streams. So you want to maximize the current customer base that you have by maybe implementing a customer loyalty program or trying out marketing strategies based on what people have bought in the past and getting them to buy more from you. And in the process, this reduces the risks of you running out of money or the risks of you, trying out marketing strategies that are not going to work, okay? Because risk is an inevitable part of starting and growing a business, and it's impossible for you to control just about everything else. You remember, we've already hired staff. Now we're trying to sell more to the people that we already have. Whatever sales conversion strategy that you might be using there, the team that you've brought has to learn all they need to learn in order to deliver a world-class experience, all right? So it's impossible for you to then control everything, but there's a lot of ways that you can actually limit external or internal threats in your company on its way to growth, okay? So you want to make sure that you are minimizing any risk that might come with you not being directly involved with dealing with your customers, right? An important resource to help you accomplish this is your, the operations, and look at the reviews that people are giving you back about your business, all right? How are people utilizing the services? What do they like more about what you're putting out there? And just create for and relate to the people that you're going to be demanding money from, okay? It's very easy for you to forget this step while you are growing. You need to always go back to the people that are actually buying from you, find out what would make them buy a whole lot more. You reduce risk, and eventually, like we've mentioned in the previous suggestion, that you now have recurring income. And when people tell you what they don't like about your product, be adaptable. Okay, because one trait that a lot of successful startups, have in common is, the ability. If you're a small business, especially as a coach or consultant, you have the ability to be nimble and to change quicker than what a big business will be able to do, and you can switch directions quickly in response to maybe the changes in the market or what customers are buying. So pre-COVID, we had a different customer who they had so much confidence in the marketplace and they didn't care what they were paying for. But right now, since a lot of people are losing their jobs or they're resigning, they are very particular about what it is that they're spending money off. So the methods that we used to market to people before COVID have now changed, because now people have now adapted to different methodologies in the way they're purchasing products. So as a small business, your product, your company, you need to be very alert as to what people are saying to you so that you can be agile and change, and this will definitely help you grow a whole lot quicker. Because if you allow yourself to adapt and change quickly, you're able to test different approaches to your business and find out what works you keep, what doesn't work you ditch, and eventually you start solving people's problems instead of trying to sell to them, because people like buying stuff, but they don't like being sold to, okay? And it allows you to literally fail fast and break things, and then you can pick yourself up and then you keep going, so you don't have to take too much time trying to figure out things that you would have learned on your way up. All right. So as as an adaptable culture consultant, you just want to look at what is currently happening, what pop culture trends are out there. You could look at how Kim Kardashian is posting on her social media and then see if you can implement that in your business. All right. You could look at what other people are actually doing and see how they're reaching their customers and their audience, and then just see if you can reverse engineer that model and implement it if it actually works along with the brand. Okay, so while you're also doing all of that, you need to make sure that you've got the customer at heart. So you want to focus on the customer experience a whole lot more than anything else, all right? Because your customers are the people that are going to be giving you money at the end of the day. So their perceptions can make or break your business, all right? It's the people that we're going to be demanding money off of that we really need to pay attention to. I know there's people like Richard Branson that says that your employee is much more important. But let me tell you something. Yes, you need to hire the best people. And if you've got the best people in your business, then they will definitely pass on that experience to your customers. And if you've got the best customers, the best employees, you, my friend, will have a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. All right. So you want to make sure that you're delivering quality experiences and products. And at the end of the day, people will start singing your praises either on social media, at barbecues, and even at strangers on the bus. So make sure whatever you're doing, the customer experience is delivering outstanding results for your clients so you can win their loyalty for life. And when you've got loyal customers, you now have recurring revenue streams and you now have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. Okay. So, you might want to grow fast. You might want to be $1 million producer or whatever it is, but fast growth depends on making your current and potential customers happy with their experience. The more they are happy, they will pay, stay, and refer. So as compared and to other bigger companies out there, you as a small business or as a coach or consultant, you're nimble and often able to see and anticipate and respond to your customers' needs way quicker than a CEO who has lost touch with the people that are actually making his business run. Okay. Because the most successful small businesses exploit this advantage by bringing in new and innovative products and services and market much more quickly. And they develop systems and processes that would then make sure that they're nurturing long-term customer relationships. And it's in those relationships that actually creates a business that works without you, because now you've got recurring revenue. You don't have to worry about where your next dollar is going to come from. So if you listen to your customers and give them what they want, it will be the best investment that you would have done for your business. And make sure you've got softwares to keep tabs and track of where your customers are in their buyer's journey, and make sure you are helping them buy more from you along the way. All right. And if you're listening to your customers and everything else, you diversify your offerings. And I've mentioned in previous episodes that as somebody grows, okay, their needs are different. All right. For instance, kids. A 9-month-old has different needs to a 1-year-old. Okay, a 9-month-old just needs their bottle and to be changed. A 1-year-old maybe wants to play, with other kids and with toys. And then, as you grow, your needs completely change. So when you're solving people's problems and you're doing it in such a really good way, what you are guaranteed of is people will now have more problems that you need to be solving. So if you're listening to your customers, it makes it super easy to know what the next logical step for them would be. All right. Remember, we're here to serve the customer, and it's why we are open for business. So while we're engaging with our audience and while we are, making sure that our staff is happy, making also sure that our customers are happy is crucial. You want to personalize the experience, and you really want to boost and strengthen that relationship, along the way. All right. What we say here at Live Long Digital is we work with and we actually help, our customers engage with their own customers in a new way so that they can create a business that is profitable and works without them. Okay, so the key takeaway for that lengthy segment was small businesses can quickly adapt and respond to customers' needs. And with this agility, it can actually give you an advantage over larger businesses that have processes and systems that need to be changed and all that corporate gobbledygook. But all throughout the whole process, you should never forget you. numero uno. All right, you should invest in yourself, because all these changes and all this knowledge and all this information, you need to make sure you're on top of all of these as the business owner yourself. All right, because in the early stages of your business, you just may be doing it all. You don't have to learn how to deal with customers. You don't have to learn how to deal with employees. You're just doing the service by yourself, and you likely see a very lean maybe profit margin, so you don't have to even learn how to deal with money. All you're just doing is happy that somebody has picked up the phone and spoken to you, and sometimes you don't even have a profit at all, and you are happy with that, just simply because now you are owning your own means of production. So as you start, any money you make, definitely should now start going directly to help yourself grow, because you're going to need to engage your audience. You're going to need to educate them. How are you going to be able to give that which you don't have? All right, so you need to invest in yourself. When I started off my business, I actually had a budget for education, and that has saved me so much. And if we get to meet one day, you'll notice that I have bought books and I've got courses and all that stuff that has helped me to grow so much that I can just think of a topic and speak for 30 minutes about it, just like we've done on this podcast, with no commercials, no breaks, no ums and ahs or whatever it is. I mean, obviously, yeah, sometimes they are, but whatever money you're making when you're getting started, use that to directly help with your growth, because your ability to invest in yourself really is what growth is now all about. Because in those early years, it's actually critical for you to make sure that you're redirecting any revenues back into the company and also back into you. All right. While it's important, or maybe to at least reward yourself, and it's tempting to maybe put the pocket back in your profits, it's better for you to invest in the business growth so you can actually reap bigger benefits a whole lot later. When you get a bit of money, look at how your website looks like. When you get a bit of money, invest that in SEO. When you get a bit of money, invest in tools that will make it easier for people to book calls with you. All of those things. When you get a bit of money, hire somebody who will take off a bit of work from you so that you're focused on your highest abilities. All right. So you want to determine which parts of your business need more attention. And maybe, for example, we've been talking about hiring stuff. If you need to hire more workers to expand your marketing efforts, or maybe, to really consolidate your brand and things like that, find a crucial area that needs improvement and give that area your financial support, because you are your own backing, that is making this business grow. And at the end of the day, you always have to be thinking ahead. Even though we are chopping and changing, we've got the stuff in, we've got recurring revenue streams, agility is quite important, and you have to always making sure that what is working you keep, and you create systems around it, because you can't keep flying by the seat of your pants when you're running a business. You know what I mean? So you need to have plans in place, and you need to anticipate all possible scenarios. And if you have mastered a methodology of doing something cheaper, better, faster, create a process around that so that you can actually teach somebody to do that, so you don't have to keep repeating yourself. All right. So when you can anticipate all possible scenarios, it's actually the best way to actually keep grounded and secure, your position in the marketplace. And your customers will thank you for that, because they now see and get the rewards of all the work that you've put in. All right. So I can understand that right now you're like, Prosper, you know what I mean? What do I need to think ahead for, when I can always keep chopping and changing? And I know, and I can understand, and I'm listening to myself saying this, because thinking ahead is just broad advice, but it can be as simple as maybe reviewing your contracts with people. Look at your the rates, what it is that you're charging. Do you have the best methods for people to pay money to you? And do you have the best suppliers for whatever it is that you're offering there? And do you have the best customer service? So all of those things that people take for granted is the things that you need to be working on. That's why they say you need to be working on your business in order for you to have a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. Okay? So once you've got your customers, once you've thought ahead and everything else, just boost your customer service, because it's those people that you're reaching out to that will sing your praises and start working with you so that you have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. I'm hoping that you've seen the methodology of how we actually start operating with people and how it's super, super easy for you to actually grow your business. And most of these things are, you improve upon as you go. And like I said, there's no surefire formula for instant success, but you can boost your business growth with some of these tips, that you've heard on this podcast here. And it is all through the online prosperity methodology that can actually help your business generate hundreds of qualified leads, and you start delivering outstanding results to those clients, and you can win loyalty from them for life. I can't wait to see you succeed. I can't wait to actually see you growing your business in a way that is absolutely rewarding for every step of the way you are taking, and rewarding you for the risks that you have taken and the patience that you have shown in order for you to have a business that is a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. I can't wait to high five you when you get that down packed. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, let's continue the conversation in the Live Long Digital community. Become a Live Long Digital community member today. This community is for ambitious entrepreneurs and small business owners with the drive to take control of the future of their businesses and achieve huge success without stress and overwhelm. As you heard, Prosper can help you by teaching you marketing strategies that work. So look no further than the Live Long Digital community of entrepreneurs and highly successful business owners. Join our community today. Find us on www.community.livelongdigital.com.au. Network with other driven entrepreneurs and find the expert guidance you need to take your business to the next level. www.community.livelongdigital.com.au